Hey YouTube, this is Quentin601. I am back here. This is my probably my last video post for the year. Then I'm gonna start off 2012 on a fresh note, trying to do at least one video a week. If I can pull off two a week, that would be great. But I'm gonna at least try to do one video a week about TV shows or randomness that happens to me or whatever the case may be. But this video here is about love and hip hop. I believe it was episode 6, called episode 6, where Jim Jones buys a new car. Kimbella and Erica, who is new on the scene, gets into a fight. Um, Olivia and her estranged relationship with her mom. Emily acting stupid and just being dumb. And it's just a lot going on in this show. But let me go ahead and get in with it. I'm gonna start off with Olivia first because we don't know too much tea about her estranged relationship with her mom. She just said vaguely that there was talks that her mom should have had with her growing up that her mom didn't have with her, and I'm assuming that she had to learn the hard way. And so even though she still loved her mom, she still in a sense kind of like don't like her, you know. So that's just, I would say that's a part of growing up in a sense, because a lot of people do not have great relationships with their parents growing up as kids, and it takes them years as after they are becoming an adult and have seen the world for themselves to finally like somewhat appreciate what their parent may have been trying to tell them when they were young, and it may have been coming out the wrong way or they interpreted it the wrong way. Because I know I went through the same thing with my dad. That me and my dad, we didn't get along at all when I was growing up. I'm like, we didn't get along at all. And then once I finally moved away and was away from home, and I guess we started missing each other, now we have a pretty decent relationship. I call home, he snatches the phone out of my mom's hand to talk to me. So I hope it gets better for her. Maybe with her writing this song and putting her feelings out in the art form and having her mom hear it, maybe that will help and give them that bond. Because from my interpretation and feeling, what I read from it is that Olivia's mom didn't wholeheartedly want her to be a singer. Maybe she wanted her to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. You know how some parents they want their kids to be doctors and lawyers, and then if you go against their wishes of what they want you to be, then they kind of like they don't ostracize you from the family, but they kind of like you're rebellious and you're this, you're that, but all at the same time you're following your dreams. So I think that's the miscommunication with Olivia and her mom, from my opinion. It could be something deeper than that, but on the surface, that's what I read. Okay, this whole fight was with Erica and Kimbella it's stupid. It's flat out stupid. It is nothing more than for ratings. That's the only thing it's for. Because this is the way I look at it. Okay, Kimbella, she came up on the scene within the first 2 episodes of this season, and she did some foul shit. Okay, she in a sense she did some foul shit, but still at the same time, we already discussed what she did. Okay, I'm not even gonna backtrack. We already discussed what she did. Okay, then Chrissy got out of line by displaying her anger and frustration from somebody else onto somebody that she didn't even know nor liked at the moment. And now not Chrissy, Kimbella and Erica, they get into a fight, which is the same thing. Kimbella is throwing her aggression and frustration out on somebody that, one, was not the cause of her frustration and stuff like that. Even though Erica came onto the scene, I already had a prejudgment about Kimbella, that this, that, and the fourth, and was talking mad shit about her, and this, that, and the fourth. She ended up getting her ass whipped and then end up running and calling the police to have the police to come to the scene to arrest this bitch. That's what the hell you get, Erica. That's what you get for talking about people and think you know people when you really don't know anything about people, and you base your judgment off of what somebody else said or what tabloids said. That's what the fuck you get. Kimbella did that and got in your ass. I don't care if she lost or whatever the case may be. If she did lose, I don't care. But she stood up and defended herself, and that's what she needed to do to Christy. She needed to stand up and defend herself. Now, I'm not saying that she needs to be violent, but she needs to stand up and defend herself. And rolling over into the situation with Chrissy. Chrissy is a hot ass mess altogether. She thinks she the baddest bitch out there. Like nobody can't whoop her ass. Like she is that boss bitch that nobody can't touch. But really, Chrissy, you're you needing to have control of everything in your life, and you're also needing it. To me, it seemed like validation that you have to prove yourself to everybody, which I don't understand why you have to prove yourself to everybody. You have too much pride, like I said in one of my last videos. You have too much damn pride. Like this whole thing of like Kimbella, okay, I understood completely what Kimbella was doing with that email or text message that she sent you to try to meet up with you. Because as a woman, I saw that she was like, okay, we can keep sending the sucker punches at each other all day long, or we can just agree to disagree and move on. And with you wearing that Jesus Saved T-shirt, obviously Jesus ain't saved your ass because you still just as ghetto as ever. Okay, this woman has on flats. Okay, yes, she's not modeling or whatever, so she wore something comfortable. Just in case you probably try to get out of line, but you took it as like this bitch might get out of line. Kimbella seems more on the stable side than you do, Chrissy, because every 5 minutes you in an argument with somebody. You are going back and forth with somebody, so you seem more unstable than Kimbella to me. So you come walking up on the scene barefoot, looking like a barefoot monkey, on that ass, holding your shoes, talking about she was in flats. I thought she wanted to try me, and she didn't want this, she didn't want none, and all this other stuff. You talking all this mad shit, talking about she didn't want none of this, that, and the fourth. It wasn't all about that. It wasn't all about that, Chrissy. You just a fucking street pigeon. You're a ghetto bird. That's the only thing you is. And I see why Jim Jones do not want to put a ring on it because one, okay, you just too much of a fucking live wire. You are not a lady. I can understand, okay, you having your man back and this, that, and the fourth, and and all that. But Jim Jones don't want to put a ring on it. He wants you to be he wants you to be his main boo. When somebody call you their main boo or they boo or something like that along those lines, that's as deep as it's gonna go. That's as deep as it's gonna go. You his main boo. You benefiting from his hard work and his checks and stuff like that. You're benefiting from that. You don't see that because he asked you for your little input, even though he asked you for your input on these jackets and designing and stuff, and you have designed it or whatever. You still benefiting from whatever money he makes off of these jacket sales. So when he tells you he can throw you a check that he may make however much money he said, and you talking about you can live half with that, you don't even know where half of that check is going because you got distributors you got to pay. You got, okay, if you want to put in a design team, which you're not on a design team by paper, you got the design team, you got again your distribution people, you got your name and your label. You got a whole lot of legal shit you got to go through. And even if he made whatever amount of money that he said, half of that is gonna get thrown back into the motherfucking clothing because this is your first um, line of apparel um, from this clothing company that you've put out. So you're not just gonna get a big lump sum of money and then what you sold, you're gonna live off that the rest of your damn life, Christy. You ignorant bitch. You got there is investments, just like you're investing in this few pieces of fucking apparel, these few articles, the clothing articles. You got to make an investment again. You got to flip that shit back over. So he may throw you a little bit of change, but whatever change he making off of it, you gonna benefit from it. So I don't see why you are remotely tripping. And along with this damn car deal, Chrissy, I don't understand why you are tripping that he went out and bought him an Audi um, A8. Okay, it was a bet through Jewels that he had to buy this car, and like he said, Jewels to say how long I had to keep it. He can buy the car right now and turn it back and return it back next week. He can do that if he wanted to, or the next couple of days he can do that, or get him a car that he really want. He can do that, but Chrissy, you going off the deep end about him um buying this car um really floored me, especially when, okay, I understand the point you walk at the house and you're like, I got this new foreign sitting in my driveway. Why is this new foreign car sitting in my driveway? Bitch, that's an Audi 8. If my partner or whatever pulled up in a new Audi 8 and they ain't told me a damn thing about it, and I'm still living in this laid out house and I'm still benefiting off of my partner's coin and I'm not working and I'm still going out buying $6,000 pair of shoes and this, that, and the other, fuck it. Like, You can buy that A8, that Audi. You can go ahead and buy it. But I completely understand where Chrissy is coming from, saying, okay, her priorities is marriage and kids. Jim Jones, he's not even there yet, and so just like he said, I get his point exactly. And then when he gave a strong, valid point, then she's talking about, oh, so now we're comparing, we're going basically tit for tat. We're comparing shoes with cars. Yeah, I would compare shoes with cars too, especially when you spend $6,000 on one pair of shoes. I would compare shoes with cars too, even though this is a $60,000 plus car, this Audi. I would Yeah, we may have spent too much money on this car, but you spent way too much money on these damn shoes, especially after you've gotten 10 pair in the last few months or so, according to Jim. That $6,000 could have been a payment on a custom made diamond ring for your wedding. It could have gone towards other things. It could have gone to that $6,000 could have gone towards you, Chrissy, starting your own little venture so you can be involved in something, so opposed to trying to get involved in everything Jim is doing and running his network net worth and value into the fucking ground with all of your antics, because it looks like in the next episode you about to run Yandy away. It looked like you're about to run her away. And if Yandy is pulling off all these stunts and tricks and everything to get him going, and you think you can do better, I doubt that, Chrissy. I doubt that, because you do not have the mentality nor the maturity to handle all of that shit. The way it looks to me, you do not have the mentality nor maturity to handle all of that, because you're always in a confrontation with somebody. You do not know how to be humble. You do not know how to back down and walk away. You just, the only thing you know how to do is just be a fucking ghetto bird, puff your chest out, and try to fight every little chance you get. That's the only thing you know how to do, Chrissy. That's it. Now, on to Emily. Emily, I respect your decision going back to Fabulous, and that's fine. I'm not the one to judge. A lot of people may call you stupid because of that fact, and really, if that's where your heart is at, then fine, go for it. Follow your heart. Don't listen to nobody else. Follow your heart. But like Chrissy said, if the pain is real, if you feel the pain more than anything, then you should listen to the pain. Okay, this is why I see that Emily is very immature, and I really did think that Emily was like in her early 20s. I was shocked when she said that she was in her 30s, when she was 30. Um, this is my thing with this whole situation with Emily and Fabulous now, with her kind of pulling him back into the spotlight in the picture, is that you have basically subliminally given him the message and the green light, if you get back together, that it's okay to do the things that you did, because we may split up, but it's like she's talking about, well, if he puts a ring on it and show me he's committed and this, that, and the other, then I'll take him back. Okay, he can come around with the motherfucking ring and put it on your hand and still be doing the same thing. It's like I don't know what it is with people, and really with a lot of females that want to rush to get married. And I understand the whole time clock thing, and everybody want to have kids and this and the other, blah 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 blah. But really, do you have to lower and degrade yourself to by some behaviors and actions? Do you have to allow yourself to get stomped on in order to have someone put a ring on your finger? Do you have to go through all that? Is it really worth that ring? Because in my mind, Emily just degraded herself and downgraded herself from a woman to a scallywag, in my opinion, because you just taking, if Fabulous cheated on you before, not to say that he's gonna cheat on you again, but you basically telling him it's okay if he does cheat on you again by accepting him back and accepting this ring, and you not like really even thinking about it, and you talking about you a G, you a ride or die chick. To me, that just sounds very immature in my mind. But anyway, you guys be safe for this New Year's Eve and New Year's Day party, but please be responsible. I really do not want to bring the New Year's in hearing of any freak accidents, any deaths, or anything like that. Let's bring this New Year in on a positive note. Um, Thank you guys for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. But 2012, I am going to try to do more and get it in for you guys for these videos and giving my opinion and clock and tea and whatever else I can do. But I really appreciate you guys. So thank you for being here in 2011, and I'll see you in 2012. Have fun and be safe. Bye.